Welcome to City Skylines Industries. In the last part, we continued to grow the city. We laid out our first farming area here. The forestry area is growing up really nicely, and in this part, what I want to do is try and start moving some of this industry out, probably up to about here. And what also we'd like to do is come across here and open up this area, not for industry, but more as a park area and extended residential area. I mean, we do have ore. I think, oops, didn't mean to do that. Not paying attention. I think if we got natural resources, we've got ore tucked in here. I'm not sure I really want to grow that. I think I'd rather have my ore production up here, away from the city, because then again, would that be a good test to see if the industry transport affects the city? So maybe yes, we'll have some ore down there, but maybe that would be for a future part, I think. But what I want to do is start moving some of this away from here, and I think so. We're going to start with the industry. I'm just going to keep it paused because you can see I've got very high industrial demand at the moment, and we've got this area here, and I don't really want to impinge on this loop here. This is my rail station I put in during the last part. I think if we come up here, I don't want a good connection like that, and I think just connect through like that. Actually, I just had a thought. I don't really need to push the industry there. We've got industry here. Well, maybe I do need a small industrial area, but then I can then move to maybe using offices. Okay. Not change of plans here. Keep this tidy. And about like that. And I think we can come across. Okay, we'll just come out like that. I think if we just come across, connect that up like that, and I just put this zone in like that. What we're going to do is zone area here first, and we're going to push the industry out of here because we're going to need water, and up here that's not totally square. I'm going to hook that out and come down like that and come across like that. I think maybe we can come up 1440 here, and we'll come back in like that, and I think we'll go another 1440. That covers the whole area, and we're just going to zone in. Yep, that's zoned in, and that should drive the industry up to here. I mean, we could zone over, just give an ordinary zone here, and maybe we can put some policies into this, keep this fairly clean and tidy as well. Pleasant District, maybe that's an apt name for it. Got here. Deep planning. Anything that's going to clean the areas. That Workers' Union. Got here, Workers' Union. Recycling. That might actually help. Installation, no prefer ferries, recycling part, automated sorting. What's automated sorting? Oh, of course we haven't got the mail system in yet either, have we? Okay. Harsh sentences. We've got to work on prisons as well. Not growing. Should I put? That's interesting. Put this in, but nothing's actually growing here. what I'm going to do is I want to keep this area in the centre open for parks. That's open. Why is this not growing? Oh yeah, it's just taking a little while to wake up and get going. And I think what I want to do is, and I think the zone this area here as a park, I think is probably going to take a little while for. I think we'll just start small and we can grow out that way as necessary. I think we can take out the road through the centre there. Probably need to move this as well up to here so that it gets away from this area here. And yeah, that's now absorbed, it's got no power. Okay. That's up. Congratulations. What was that? I think that was Forestry is leveled up, isn't it? Yeah, shouldn't have cancelled that so quickly. Have a quick look. Yeah, this is now level 3, so we're going to be looking at that. Let's just get Walnut Hill going here. This is the recycling centre. This is a medical clinic. Oh, that may encourage people to come here. And right. Don't really like the idea of the main entrance being exactly opposite a road junction. Maybe if we'll just drop that there. I think we're a silent. Whoops. And Walnut Ranch has now reached level 2, so we've now got a level 2 farm. And let's see. But yeah, I think we'll keep the path straight in here because it's a fairly tight layout. And I think maybe we'll just put a plaza there and drop a just put a little pathway there and we put in here. Well, let's just put a little cafe in here. Make everyone happy. I mean, I don't want this to be too elaborate. We might as well have some restrooms in here as well. And got here park info booth. That there. And we'll just let that tick away. Eventually it will clean up and look a lot better. And we've got a demand for commercial. This is one of the things about Cities Skylines is there's always something to do. Okay, a little bit of an area there. Come out like that, and stick this little area in here like that, and we that area there. This might just absorb the extra commercial just at the moment. You know, I could put a line there. I think what I probably could do is rezone one of these areas. Rezone this as commercial. Actually, we'll do both. Push the industry out of here completely. I've missed the line up there. That area there. I think I really need to open up a tile as well for the. Oh, great. Oh, we've reached big city. We've now got water treatment, crematoriums, floating garbage collector, and cryopreservatory. Okay. Well, I think we've got 184,000. So I think if I purchase both these tiles, I think then that will allow me work towards having a port down here as well. So I think that now makes everything a little bit easier to build. Right, let's just let the city run of Las Vegas. I hadn't noticed that. Get rid of some of the buildings here. And if I think we could be a bit cheeky here, and we'll just put in offices there. Walnut Hill's starting to clean up a little bit now, and could put some offices out here, and that will just use offices from now on. I think this will be our token default dirty industry area, and then we're going to work with offices. Anyway, back to what we need to do. We'll start with this area here. This is farming. So what do we open up here? Now we've got a flour mill and a cattle shed. I don't think I've actually got any. I think everything here I've got at the moment is agricultural, so I think let's get a bit gritty here, I think. And I actually don't like that loop. Take that off, actually. I think it's just going to restrict the area here. And I think if we... more animal pasture. That's it. Large animal pasture. What else in the upper? Crops here. Okay, let's just put a couple of animal pastures in. What we got here? Farmers barracks. Put in one of those to start with. I don't know how much impact that's going to have. Because you have to put some water in. Cover this area like that. We got here pigs and cows. Oh, that's cool. Let's see, so we got ordinary cows, Highland cows, pigs and sheep. We got to put some Highland cattle in here. Oh, the big horns. I suppose it doesn't really make much difference of what we actually put in here. Wow, my industry has gone off the charts. Oh, and congratulations, Walnut Hill has reached level 2. The following buildings have been unlocked: Park Chessboard, Park Pier. And push this out like that. And, yeah. I know I said I wasn't going to build any, but I think that would be okay. Like that. I think that will fit in quite nicely. Right, back to the farm. What else have we got here? Got a small barn. Produce crop store raw materials. And we're gonna have to store. That does. Materials, crop storage placed outside. And what do we got here? Cattle shed. Now, cattle shed, that produces meat products. What does this produce then? That produces animal products as well. So a cattle shed, and we've got a flour mill which turns this into flour. I think we need a flour mill, don't we? Drop that in there. That, because we're not producing any flour yet. All we're producing at the moment is crops. If we keep this concentrated, and that turns crops into the cattle sheds. So we didn't really need to build this because we could effectively, well, what a cattle shed is, instead of having a field, you build a shed where you keep all the cattle in. Oh, that's interesting. Small barn. Right, we've got industries over here. What industries we got? Oh, industries are here, haven't we? Got a bakery. That needs animal products, crops, and flour. Wow, that's big. That's 20,000. I think you only get one of these in each city like this, because this has got the cross of a unique building. That's a big building as well. Now, it says that this doesn't have to be built inside of the area, but at the same time I wouldn't want this to be too far away, because if it's a long distance away, you're going to have lots of trucks creating traffic coming down to an area, and then you obviously, what you would like is the delivery trucks to flow in. I think what we're going to do is, I think if we put in, I think I could, you put a road in like that, and then drop the bakery just in like that, and that produces pastries. So that's going, got flowers. We got anywhere to store this stuff though? That's storing crops, so we need storage. Right, back to here. Now that's grain silo, large barn. We haven't got any storage. Cattle shed. Oh. So we've got no way to store the flour. So this is producing flowers. Oh, the flour and the animal products are actually being. So the storage for the animal products is over here. Oh well. I think we're just going to run with that, guys, for the moment. Still got massive demand for industry. Guys are saying, what you complain about? Probably no customers. Yeah, I think this is a bit unbalanced, the industrial demand, because we've got industry here. This is just as big as this area here. And that hill is, I think what we will do is park info booth. And I think we're chest plaza in there as well. All looks a bit uniform, but I don't think it's much more. We've got lots of people visiting Walnut Hill. And there. Anyway, let's get down to see what we can do for Timberlands. Wow, this is already building up really quickly all by itself. It's already up to 471. What can we do for the forestry area? We've got no buildings here. We've got sapling trees. Got here a large wood log yard, small log yard, sawdust storage. We haven't got anything here. Oops, we've now reached a grand city. We can get a third loan. We can get solar power. And wow, that's big. Let's look here. We can get that in here and see what this actually does. So we'll just drop that in there like that. Let's speed this up a little bit. Got 300,000 where I've been prevaricating. So this is just another storage yard. It stores sawdust. It stores raw forestry products. Well, that looks cool anyway. We can just store some more forestry products into there. Did we actually open up anything else that's got here? Printing press. That need paper and plastic. Okay, when we don't have access to plastic. Got a warehouse, stores goods, warehouse, goods and products of warehouses, 3 different types of mode. Warehouse yard, small warehouse and a large warehouse. Yeah, the trouble is the warehouses only store, got a warehouse tucked in somewhere. Yeah, petroleum glass, animal products. Ah, so it's warehouses. What we need to do up here is put in a warehouse. I think if we put a, maybe if we drop the warehouse here and can have animal products in here. True shoot. Have to do this one by eye. Yeah, we'll be okay. And I think maybe if we come down a little bit like that towards the railway line, bring this like that. I think, okay, this is not, I think probably the best way to do that is just upgrade that. So this looks a little bit more rural. That across like that, and we can snick off these end parts. No growth. Our city's growing. I think this is a bit of a side, guys. You can see the city's growing, but says there's no demand. The reason for that is that this area here is just, you can see it's upgrading very quickly, and it's absorbing the population growth because of I've zoned so much of this high density in, and you can see how the high density is just filling in, absorbing. If I come here, see here where it's coming there. Let's educate more people. We need to look at that. Anyway, let's get back to here. Have we got? Let's have a quick zoom. So you're storing animal products. I think if we put in another warehouse, small warehouse alongside like that, and store flowers. So if we start getting a surplus out of here, that can get stored into this little industrial area here. Right. What I want to do is just check education. This is drops low. Great. Now we've got the perennial problem. We've got a high school problem and an elementary school problem. And let me see. I think we're going to buy another tile. Buy that one because it means I can now go out this way, and no, I think we'll stay gridded. Apologies guys, but this makes sense, to be honest. I think we can afford to come out like that and get some education in here. I think we're going to have a traditional there, and got here Institute of Creative Arts. Maybe get that just in there. That should pick up education, and it looks like we've got the university open. Where would I want to put a university? I'd like it fairly central. Well, we got this area here, and that's probably causing noise. Yep. Right, I've just found a location for the university. I think we're going to get in here. That's too big, so we're going to have to use a small university here. University in there, and what we're going to do is de-zone out these areas here alongside the road. Then that will solve the noise problem here, and I think can do is just put in a little bit of offices here. That can come down here, and we'll just put a little row of offices there. And I don't think universities create that much noise, but and what that will do, make this area attractive. And of course what it will do is, because we've got a metro line here, you will see lots and lots of people now coming into here, filling that area up. And we've now got a link through here, this area, which means we can grow out our urban area that way a little bit, or our residential area is probably the correct term for it. And this is growing quite nice here. lots and lots of people in here. That's pretty cool. Let's do a little bit of work on. Get in here. I think we're put a connection through to like that. And park life. Got here props. Put a area here, just a seating area. Just a got here. Maybe some side chess tables here. Along here. People who don't want to play mega chess. Small chess areas here. Let this build up. I mean, you can see the pollution slowly moving away. Maybe we can now. The other thing I want to do is work on this dirty water. Because if I'm going to put a port in, I'd probably put the port in. I mean, do we have access to ports? Ferries. So we haven't actually opened the harbour yet. Okay. The rails, not. Don't really have the. I mean, we could. Trouble is, we won't be able to get a ferry link through here. We'd have to buy this tile here. Let's have a look at the resource map. Oil here. Got a little bit of oil over here, so it's going to be worth buying. Oh, we can't buy the tile yet. Got 1, 2, 3. So we need to get to another level. Buy this tile. We've got a bit of demand for residential coming in now. I think I'm going to carry on with what I was doing before, and just going to pause. And I think we're just going to make this whole area up here to high level area. And we're just going to. I think we can just sneak this across like that. We're just going to. Got a population of 19,000, so. I think the city can absorb this. If it doesn't, life's going to be interesting. And I think let's take that and here. I think we can just not bother with that. In fact, I think I'll put offices along there. And the city's going to take a little bit of a hit, but we'll be okay, guys. I think maybe we can put a small amount of do a little bit of growth out here as well. Like oops. Just grow the city out this way a little bit as well. And put that there. And that should fill it in. We're not going to have a water problem, so let's push the water out this way. That's growing that way. Really want to get over here. Maybe we will put the ore extraction here just to see what effect that will have on traffic. I mean, now this is saying it's not enough customers. This is probably due to the impact of me messing around down here. But that should have the right effect to see how our factory's going. Yeah, it's working quite well. We're producing pastries. We can increase the production rate if we wanted to, but I don't really see the point of that. I think in the next part we will come over here and get an ore production area going over here. I get the distinct impression that the industries DLC has affected the demand for industries and offices, and I think that's a consequence that if somebody hasn't bought the DLC, they would still be stuck with the traditional industry model, so they can't change that. So I think if you're playing with the DLC, I think this monitor's probably not as important as it used to be. As long as and what you're going to have to do is just keep an eye on the general management of the city, I think is probably going to be the best way to say it. A quick drop into elementary schools are still a bit low, so I think I'm going to got here. I've got a high school, so I think if we drop a And I think we'll go old school. I'm just going to drop that in there. And I think if we put a, we've already got one there, got another one, so we can get another one in there. That's a community school, so drop that in there. How are we doing? Oh, I put a high school here instead of a... okay. Put another elementary school here. I know they're going to be next to the water plants, but I could move the water intakes right up over here now. Could put them right up by here now. Yeah, I think that's time to do that. So I'm just going to pause the game. And we're just going to hook these. And you're going to come right up here. Well away from the city itself. And I'm going to hook you to here. That. And you're just going to come through. That. Have to put power connections in, but we can do that quite easily by just doing that there. And sorry about that. That should get rid of the noise effect here, but we're going to have to be a bit careful with the power connections. The power connections are solid. That's good. And just check the water. The water's getting low, both of them. So we're going to put in right now. I think it's time to clean this area up, and beach or something like that. I think maybe we can put some water treatment down here, and I think we'll go 1, 2, 3 water treatments here, and connect that up. This would probably be the permanent home for city sanitation. We can follow the coastline up here, come into there, and we'll get rid of and of course we'll have to put power in these and come down to there. I think that should right, so we got water, sewage treatments off the chart now. I think we could probably just drop the budget a tiny amount. So, did I do the taxes? Nope, okay. Just bump the taxes a little bit for my density. Not that I need it, but also get it sorted out. So we've now got the water situation sorted out. I think the next thing I need to look at is power. Oh, we got some pretty noisy power there. Geothermal power plant. That costs 1,000 and produces 18 megawatts. This costs 200 and produces 20. Let's be placed roadside. We could shunt a road out here like that. Just shunt a road out here like this. Nice and big. And if we get the city's power generation, we've got solar panels. This is 120, costs 1,200. This costs so that. Yeah, I think it's time to go solar powered. I think we're just going to join that up, and I'm just going to what I want to do is just get the noise component away from the city. See, these are creating noise. Right, let's just connect that there. And I think we're just gonna start relocating these up here as well. We don't want to waste them. Well, it's probably going to create an excess of power, but so I've moved them. Got a couple here. How's the power consumption now? Yeah, the power consumption's off the chart. I don't think we actually we could just have a look. Yeah, you've got some power there. I think we're just going to delete these, get rid of them. Don't need them. Out of the water. Get rid of that like that. And how's the power consumption now? It's good. And I think we can. Where's the budget? I think we can drop the power consumption budget down a little bit. Just check that. Let that give a chance to take hold. That now gives us a nice clean working area for the city, which is exactly what I'm after. And still got a little bit of demand for commercial. See if we can drop that in before I wind the video up. I've just realised I'm gone on a little bit longer than I should have done. I think maybe we'll just some density commercial in here like this, and that will. Nope, I don't want that there because that will affect. Yeah, I think maybe we can spike up through here. That. Put a couple of spur roads in like that. I think we can just put some offices there. I think we're going to go offices to see if we can just absorb this extra demand for industry. And have to watch the numbers of people walking over here. We may have to work on the public transport system. I think what we're going to do is probably bring a road over here, make this into another residential area. We're not going to worry about the farming, maybe, and then we'll have an all processing area here. Okay, let's just going to do it, guys, just to wind this video up. 2 roads or 1 road? I think if I'm going to leave that bit there, so let's just push this forward a smidge like that. And I could come over with a could come here, avenue with grass, large avenue, 2-lane avenue with decorative, 4-lane avenue, grass strip with parking spaces. We don't really want parking spaces. To draw a lot of traffic in here, and we got nothing over here that you'd have to come out this way. I think maybe if we open up tiles this way, we can get to the highway here and bring a road in this way. So I think I'm just going to stay single lane for the moment, and I don't know if I can actually do this, but if we can curve this road in to say about there. And the question now is whether this is going to reciprocate. It's going to be a bit messy, isn't it? Not going to be easy. I think if we can we turn off the mapping, we can just get that about there. We can bit like that. That's it up. So take that out. Don't want it to connect to that. I think I'm going to need to work on this, guys, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it interesting. Off camera I will build this bridge up so that we've got the option to come into here as a farming area, and we'll start building a new residential area down here with a commercial element. But that'll be all for the next part, guys, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.